Do you want to develop a reading habit but don't know where to start? Well, let's begin by understanding the importance of reading. Reading is not just about flipping through pages of a book. It's a journey that transports you to different worlds, offering a wealth of knowledge at your fingertips. With each word you read, you stimulate your mind, engage your cognitive functions, and enhance your creativity. Think about the tranquility that reading brings. It's like a mini vacation, providing a much-needed escape from the daily grind, reducing stress levels and promoting overall wellness. Moreover, reading is the cornerstone of knowledge. It broadens your horizons, enriches your vocabulary, and sharpens your memory. It's like a mental workout, strengthening your brain muscles. So why not embark on this enriching journey? It may seem daunting at first, but remember, every expert was once a beginner. Developing a reading habit can seem daunting, but with the right steps, it becomes as easy as breathing. The first step to developing a reading habit is to identify your reading purpose. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's all about understanding why you want to read in the first place. Are you reading for pleasure, to escape into another world? Or perhaps you're reading for knowledge, to gain insights into a particular subject. Maybe it's for professional development, to upskill and keep pace with the latest trends in your field. Different purposes call for different types of books. If you're reading for pleasure, you might choose a gripping novel or an intriguing mystery. If you're reading for knowledge, you might delve into historical texts or scientific journals. If it's for professional development, you might look at industry reports and leadership books. The key is to align your reading material with your purpose. This way, you'll be more motivated to read and less likely to put the book down. Identifying your reading purpose will guide you towards the books that you'll find most engaging. Once you know why you want to read, the next step is to choose the right book. Now, this might sound challenging, but it's simpler than you think. The perfect book to start with doesn't have to be a heavy philosophical tome or a complex scientific treatise. It could be as simple as a gripping mystery novel or an engaging self-help guide. Here's a pro tip. Align your book choice with your reading purpose. If you're reading for entertainment, a thrilling fantasy series might be your cup of tea. If you're reading to learn, a well-regarded non-fiction book in your area of interest could be the perfect fit. But remember, the idea is to spark your interest and keep you hooked. So pick a book that you find intriguing. Something that makes you want to turn the pages and keep going. Remember, the right book for you is one that aligns with your reading purpose and interests. The next step is to create a reading schedule. Now, this is a crucial step on your journey to developing a reading habit. It's all about dedicating a slice of your day, specifically for reading. Think of it as an important meeting with your own mind, a rendezvous with knowledge and imagination. You see, setting aside a specific time for reading each day can be a game changer. It helps you structure your day, making sure you always have that precious time for yourself and your books. It creates a sense of routine, a rhythm that your brain will start to recognize and anticipate. The beauty of this is that it can be any time that works for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a large chunk of time. It can be as little as 15 minutes or as much as an hour or more. The key is to make it a time that you can consistently commit to. Maybe you're a morning person, and reading is how you'd like to start your day. Or perhaps you prefer to unwind with a book during your lunch break. Maybe you find tranquility in the quiet of the night, and reading before bed is your preferred choice. The point is, find a time that suits you, your rhythm, your lifestyle. Now, once you've decided on your reading time, it's important to stick to it. This might require some discipline at first, but remember, the more you stick to your schedule, the easier it will become. It's like exercising a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And just like that, before you know it, reading will become a part of your daily routine. It won't feel like a chore or an added task. Instead, it will become a joyous habit, a cherished part of your day. So go ahead, create that reading schedule. Carve out that time for yourself. Make reading a priority. After all, investing time in reading is investing in yourself. Consistency is key in developing a reading habit, so stick to your reading schedule. Now that you have your book and your reading schedule, it's time to start small. Starting small is often the key to developing any new habit, and reading is no different. It's all about setting achievable goals. Maybe you don't read a whole chapter on your first day. Perhaps you only read a few pages. That's perfectly okay. It's not about how much you read, but about establishing a routine. By setting small, manageable goals, you're making the task less daunting. You're making it easier to fit into your day. It's about progress, not perfection. Every page you turn, every chapter you complete is a step closer to making reading a daily habit. And remember, it's not a race. Reading is a journey to be enjoyed, not a destination to be rushed towards. So don't feel pressured to finish the book quickly. Remember, the goal is to develop a habit, not to finish the book in one sitting. To make your reading time effective, you need to eliminate distractions. Now, we all know this is easier said than done. Some distractions are so ingrained in our daily lives that we barely notice them until they're nibbling away at our precious reading time. Let's start with noise, one of the most common culprits. Whether it's the chatter of a bustling coffee shop, the blaring television in the next room, or the relentless honking of traffic outside your window, noise can be incredibly disruptive to your reading. The solution? Find a quiet corner in your house or invest in a pair of noise-canceling headphones. The serenity will allow your mind to fully immerse in the world of the book. Then we have technology. Our phones, tablets, and laptops, while useful, can be major distractions when it comes to reading, constantly tempting us with notifications, emails, and social media updates. To tackle this, try turning off your devices or setting them to Do Not Disturb during your reading time. If you're reading on a device, make sure to close all other apps to keep your focus solely on your book. Lastly, a busy environment can be a hindrance to your reading. If you're trying to read in a place where people are moving around, talking, or asking you for things, it'll be hard to concentrate. Try to find a private space where you won't be disturbed, or set specific reading hours when people know not to interrupt you. Remember, it's not just about creating a quiet space. It's about creating a conducive environment for reading, a place where you can lose yourself in the pages of a book without the outside world intruding. This could mean adjusting the lighting to your preference, having a comfortable chair, or even a warm cup of tea by your side. All these small adjustments can make a significant difference in your reading experience, helping you to not just read, but to truly absorb and enjoy the content. A distraction-free environment will help you focus on your book and enjoy your reading time. Let's review the steps we've discussed to develop a reading habit. Our journey towards nurturing this habit began with understanding the very essence of why we want to read. We discovered the importance of identifying our reading purpose. Is it for pleasure, growth, or learning? Knowing why we're reading shapes our attitude towards the process and helps us stay motivated. Next, we delved into the importance of choosing the right book. The significance of this step cannot be overstated, as the book we choose can either ignite the spark of interest or douse it completely. We learned that it's crucial to select a book that resonates with our interests, our reading purpose, and our current life situation. Then we explored the concept of creating a reading schedule. As with any habit, consistency is essential, and setting aside a specific time each day for reading can help us stick to our goal. We talked about how this doesn't necessarily mean blocking out hours each day, but rather finding those pockets of time in our daily routines that can be dedicated to reading. We also discussed the value of starting small. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a reading habit. We learned that it's okay to start with just a few pages or minutes a day and gradually increase our reading time as we become more comfortable. This approach prevents us from feeling overwhelmed and helps us to enjoy the process. Finally, we tackled the importance of eliminating distractions. In our hyper-connected world, distractions are everywhere, but we learned some strategies to help us focus on our book and fully immerse ourselves in the reading experience. With these steps, you're well on your way to developing a reading habit. Remember, consistency is key, and with time, reading will become second nature.